Hey guys, how debt helped me to be more successful and motivated. Okay, so this is a story. This is a story designed to help you think differently. And the goal of this channel is to help you make more money and keep it. And a lot of the ways that we make more money and keep it is in our mind, getting our mind to think differently, and then getting our body to behave differently. Okay, so sometimes we need a little catalyst or kick in the ass to go and do something and be more successful. Okay, so a lot of us, we want to stay in what's called the complacency zone. Okay, this is, hey, I just live a normal life. I live a boring life. I go to my job. I go home. I get high, play video games, drink some beer, and watch football. And this is the comfort zone. This is like, hey, this is my normal life. I do these things, and life isn't just necessarily going good or bad. It just is, okay? I call that the death zone. That is the worst place to be, okay? You do not want to be in the comfort zone. You do not want to be there. That's going to be death for you. Have you ever heard the phrase, most people die at 25, their body just doesn't till they're like 80 or something like that? That's what complacency is. Hey, I'm just punching the time clock, waiting to die. Okay, you are if you're in that zone, you've already died. Your body's just keeps walking. Okay, so we need to get out of that. Okay, so some of us need to get a little kick in the ass, and some of us need to be inspired by a dream. Maybe it's a combination of the both, but I'm going to explain to you what happened to me personally. This is how I'm wired, and the goal is, hey, maybe you need to put yourself in a little bit of a bad situation so you can be motivated. And some of you watching this, that would be bad and cause you more stress. You need to be inspired by a dream. So once again, this is the bad zone, the complacency zone. We do not want to be here. If we want to make more money and keep it, we need to be in one of the other zones, which is the growth zone. Okay, so I'm going to give you my personal example, which is running from a nightmare. This is how I think. This is how my brain and my body is wired. I am running from a nightmare is significantly more motivating for me than running towards a dream. Now, if you're in the other camp, this video is also for you. You need to just find something that inspires you, okay? But when I was 19 years old, I had come across some sort of franchise opportunity for a painting franchise. Maybe you guys are familiar with something like that. But basically, I could sign up, be a franchise owner for a painting company, an exterior painting company, and I could go run my own business. They teach me how to run my own business, get employees, market, produce jobs, satisfy customers, and all of that good stuff, okay? But here's what happened. This is where I learned this concept, because there are investment and operating costs and startup costs when we start a business, okay? So right off the top of my head, it was roughly 10 to 15 grand to be able to do that. However, their target was young entrepreneurs that are generally in the college age. And so what happened is they front you all of the startup costs, a majority of them, they front you all of those on the assumption that as you book jobs and you run your business, you pay that debt back. So I'm 19, I sign up, they give me all the training and everything. So now I'm technically, to them, I'm in like 10 grand in the hole, 10 to 15 grand in the hole. I don't remember exactly what it was. I'm 10 to 15 grand in the hole, okay? So what did I have to do, okay? So I've never ran a business before. I have no idea how to paint. I've never painted a house before, but I'm 10 to 15 grand in the hole here, okay? And I need to book some jobs and produce them and to get money from clients to pay this off, okay? I've got all this money I got to pay off, okay? Now, here's where why I'm in the growth zone, because The main way that you got jobs was by door knocking or canvassing, going around neighborhoods, knocking on doors. And I'll give you my pitch right now. Hey, I'm in your neighborhood helping people plan for the summer, offering free estimates on any of their exterior painting and staining needs. So, and that's wired in my brain. I mean, it has been 9 years since I had to do that. And I still have the script in my mind like that. Why? Because I was 10 grand in debt and I had to go out and I needed to go get these jobs, okay? Fortunately, I did have that whole thing paid off within just a couple of months. That was no issue because of all the jobs that I booked and the work that I did. But if I wasn't in that, I'm going to tell you, I'm afraid of heights. So I got to get up on a 40-foot ladder potentially. And actually, I had to paint a barn. So I'm up on a 40-foot ladder. I'm afraid of heights. But what was more motivating? Running from a nightmare of, hey, I got to pay this money off, okay? So, yeah, I booked those jobs. I figured it out. I made my employees work. We had an 100% positive customer satisfaction. All my employees had a good time. But and they were paid. I never missed a payment with that. They all got their money. I got out of my debt. I was able to pay money. But this is just to get you to think differently about life and your mind and how to make money, okay? So some of you watching this are complacent. You're in the complacent zone. And sometimes we need to force ourselves to run from a nightmare, okay? Sometimes that is a good thing. We're running from a nightmare. Maybe, let's just say, this is just a scenario. I'm not encouraging anyone to do this. But sometimes the universe or God helps us out with that. Let's just say now we got a baby on the way. Oh crap, I got a baby on the way. I got 9 months to figure out what I'm going to do here. I got to be able to provide for this baby, okay? So now I'm running from a nightmare. The nightmare is not the baby. The nightmare is, oh crap, I got to take care of this baby. And my nightmare is not being able to do that. So my nightmare with the debt scenario was not being able to pay the debt off, okay? I'm running from a nightmare. And it's causing me to get into a growth zone and to be able to learn how to make money in a different way and a more positive way than just punching the time clock. Because I'm actually using my skills. I'm forcing my brain to work. I'm having to use. It feels alive. Honestly, every day sucked, but I felt more. You feel more alive running from a nightmare than just punching a time clock. You know, you're sitting there punching the time clock. You're wondering, is this all there is to life? Well, I'm not thinking, is this all there is to life? I'm thinking, I better go knock on some doors and get some jobs here. I'm fucked. All right. So that for me is motivating. So if we want to make more money and keep it, we need to find the correct way to motivate ourselves in order to be successful here. Okay. The other option is running towards a dream. Okay. Some of you, that is not a good thing. You cannot be doing that. That would put more stress. You would have a mental breakdown. I am wired this way. Like I said, I'm wired this way. This is me. I don't expect you to be the same way, but some of you need to run towards a dream. Some of you need the safety of your job, but just need something that wakes you up and inspires you to go be different in life. And hey, maybe I want to help people. Maybe I want to have kids someday. Maybe I want to get married someday. Maybe I'd like to be a business owner. Maybe I'd like to write a book. Maybe I'd like to start a band and release great music. Maybe I want to be the best doctor that I can. And maybe I want to be a bioscientist or whatever and solve a human disease problem that other people have not been able to solve. So what we're talking about is just motivation. Are we running towards a dream or are we running from a nightmare? Both camps are equally good because they're in the growth zone. We just can't be complacent. So if you want to make more money and keep it, you need to be able to motivate yourself. You need to be able to figure out, hey, What is my motivation? And that's you. You are a person. You are responsible for figuring this out. I can't tell you what motivates you. I can tell you what motivates me. It's running from a nightmare. But what motivates you? That is up to you to decide. So that's the gist. I want you to think differently. I want you to understand that if you want to make more money, you need to be able to motivate yourself. You need to be able to force yourself to do the things that are uncomfortable. Maybe the financial success story for you is I'm an introvert and I have to go learn how to talk to people. Well, maybe I'm so broke that I'm running from the nightmare of being broke that it makes me go talk to people. Maybe I'm so inspired by the ability that I could do something in life that I go out and talk to people even though I'm terrified of doing that. So today's talk was about motivation. How debt helped me to be more motivated. All right. How debt helped me to be more successful and motivated. That's what I wanted to share with you guys. Have a wonderful day.